Okay, how about the idea that if you're a woman, that you're at some sort of inherent disadvantage here in the United States? No, you're not. You're living in the freest, best place on earth in history for women at any time. Now, we can talk abortion and all this, but the fact is that before you start talking about how abortion is some sort of discrimination against women, God made the discrimination that women are the ones who have to have babies. He also made the discrimination that the baby in the womb is not actually your kidney. So the baby actually has something else going on that has nothing to do with you. When people want to preserve the baby, that's not because they care about your body, it's because they care about the baby. Ask yourself, if right-wing, pro-life men really wanted to control your body, do you really think that they would start with your uterus? Okay, how about the way that women are somehow victims in the United States of this horrible discrimination, this glass ceiling that hovers over them at all times, that only Hillary Clinton's face can break, right? The fact is that in 147 out of 150 of the biggest cities in the United States, women make 8% more than men if they are single and unmarried and have the same degrees. They earn more than men. 55% of all the people in colleges are women. That gap is getting larger, not smaller. 58% of all graduate degrees in the United States go to women. How about rape culture? This idea that there's this vast bevy of rape, and it's especially happening on campuses. 1 in 4 women has been sexually assaulted and all this. Absolute crap. It is a made-up statistic based on a self-selected survey in which everything from an unsolicited kiss to actual rape is counted as a sexual assault. The actual statistic on the number of people who are raped in college from the Bureau of Justice Statistics from 1995 to 2002 on campus was 6 per 1,000 of the population. You may notice that 6 is a little lower than 250 of 1,000 in the population. By the way, this is also true at Redlands. Okay, so Redlands, I understand, has had some instances of rape. From 2011 to 2015, there were 31 reported forcible sex offenses here, including 16 alleged rapes. Now, it is worthwhile noting that virtually none of these were prosecuted because the victims, or the alleged victims, didn't actually go to the cops or weren't willing to name their accusers. And I understand that there are a lot of difficulties for women who have been raped, but can I please suggest that people against whom crimes are committed should please go report these to the police so that we can put rapists in prison as fast as possible. In 2015, there were 4 forcible sex offenses and 3 rapes. None were actually reported to the police. All 3 alleged victims refused to identify their assailants. Okay, also in any way, each one of these is a horrific incident. Again, please go to the police if something like this happens. We're all on your side. No one wants to see women raped. I want to see them jailed, castrated, or killed. Okay, if people who are rapists, I want to see them jailed, castrated, or killed. No one's defending rapists. But let's talk about the stat for 1 second. There are about 5,000 students on this campus, I understand. That means that the rape statistic here is actually lower than the BJS statistic. Right, for every 1,000 students on the campus, less than 1 is being raped. It's not 250 out of 1,000. So this idea that there's this vast rape epidemic, it's just not true, statistically speaking. Let me also recommend that a bad way to fight sexual assault and sexism is this free the nipple nonsense. So I get that you guys have been having some free the nipple events around here, which I'm sure make your parents just deeply proud of you. I'm sure you go home and you show your parents pictures of you topless on a campus with lots of other young adults, and they just think to themselves, boy, I am spending this tuition money extraordinarily wisely. I have to say, I do love the description from the Redlands Bulldog of the Free the Nipple event from November 2015. At 12:35 p.m., the line of students gave each other looks of excitement and nodded their heads. In unison, they stripped their shirts off, proudly exposing their breasts for everyone to see. Dead silence followed. Well, dead silence except for the thousands of pairs of male shoes pattering directly to the Free the Nipple event. I guess they say the purpose of these events is to eliminate the sexualization of breasts. I tried this one on my wife. Absolutely did not work. Honey, can you please take off your shirt? I'm trying to eliminate the sexualization of your breasts. Good luck with that, feminists. Meanwhile, by the way, precisely the people the feminists decry, the sexists decry, the people who are out there and only see women as a collection of genitalia and secondary sex characteristics, they're pretty happy, it turns out, with you walking around with your face covering your boobs out. A note to the feminists in the room. I'm sorry if this hurts your feeling. Men generally like boobies. I hate to break this to you. And that is, yeah, loud cheer for boobs. There it is. And it turns out that this is largely true across cultures, across time periods. Go back and read Song of Songs, this national biblical book in which it describes the wonders of breasts. Okay, if there were alien boobies, men would like them. Men will find boobies wherever they can, and they will enjoy them however they can. You know why? Because from an anthropological perspective, breasts are secondary sex characteristics. They signal to men that you are now fertile. Okay, which is why there's interest in breasts among some primate species, like bonobos. Men respond biologically. So I'm sorry that reality means that you should wear a shirt if you don't want men staring at your chest. I'm sorry. Get over it. And if your struggle for female equality amounts to stripping down to somehow shame the male gaze, well, I figure that you can probably find some supporters in this room.